So, okay, so today's date is 20, 23rd. That is a whole lot. 23 of 2, 2026. Okay. Um, the 40s that saves you from financial pain. Okay. If you don't have income generating asset. Okay, so we have about 4 outlines or so. So, okay, so the mystery of wealth. Okay, so the mystery of wealth is in the history of wealth, income generating asset. Okay, number 3, we have the 40s. The 40s of that will help you save from pain, and you need to understand the new age, the new age, the new opportunity, and of course, the new way of becoming wealthy today. So we started the class by telling us, for those that are not here, the mystery of wealth, that the mystery of wealth is in the history of wealth. That you want to be sure, you want to know how men created wealth, how men create wealth. Look at the past. The same pattern they created wealth in the agricultural age, the same pattern they create wealth in the industrial age, the same pattern they create wealth in the digital age. So it's no different. The difference is in the dispensations. But all of them did 4 things, very important, and they only get better because the owners of assets are the only people that became wealthy in the history of wealth, and they own 4 things. They either get the wealth by inheritance, either they get the wealth by war, either they get the wealth by purchase, either they purchase it, or they get it by, of course, which one? Gift. So you have to see if your father did not leave anything for you, so you have to either fight or buy. And then also they are being gifted. Subject of wealth was technically intentionally removed from the school curriculum because the school curriculum was not intended to help you to become wealthy. They only created a school curriculum just to make sure that you have a certificate that is employable. So they give you a certificate so you can go and get a job. So it was deliberate. The school system is not broken. The curriculum is not broken. The curriculum of the school system just did what the school was meant to do. That's why subject like leadership will now be taught, investment, transactional, commercial opportunities, and visions and ideas. All those things that has to do with you that will now be taught there because that wasn't the purpose for creating the school system. So the school was actually a factory to mass produce a new kind of slaves, to salary slaves, wage slaves, voluntary slaves, slaves to obedient slaves, and passive slaves, so that they can work in a factory. That's why the wealthy people actually we are looking at something different from the way the school system was looking at. They were looking at ownership. They know that they are created to become steward, manager, and leaders of God's works of the hand. But for you to own a domain, own a kingdom, own an asset, that own things, buy things that pays you money. So that leads us to the income generating asset. That's what we discussed last week. We started discussing that the way to wealth in every economic age has always involved the ownership of income generating assets. Men own those income generating assets. They were the people that were wealthy. They own the farm because the farm will produce the food. They own the trees because the trees will produce the fruit. They own the well because the well will produce the water. They own the boat because the boat will use to go for fishing. And they own the source, which the source will give place to supply. So it's about ownership. Wealthy people value source. while the poor and the average masses value supply. So our state of mind is more important than the bank account. Our state of mind will determine whether we'll be wealthy or not. If you think in a certain way that you are a slave, you're an employee, definitely you lost the battle in the mind, you surely lose in the physical life. If you think in your mind, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businessman, an investor, I will own an asset, I will own an income generating asset, definitely you won the battle already. After the battle has been won in your mind, if you speak it in your mouth, you start taking from, if you act on it, that means it will start manifesting in your life. An asset is anything that makes you money and that appreciates in value over time. An asset will definitely make you money more than the price you used to buy it, more than the cost of it. An asset, of course, will definitely put money in your pocket, while liability take money from your pocket. If you don't own an income generating asset, you actually work for those who own those assets. So income follows asset. To generate a bigger income, you must own a bigger and better asset. Give a man fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, give him the skill, give him the boat, you feed him for a lifetime. Of course, the wise people and the wealthy people look for income generating assets, while the people that are poor and struggling look for to work for people that own those income generating assets. So it is impossible for you to become wealthy without ownership of assets. So we established that fact last weekend, and today we have to conclude on this particular topic before we go to 40s. That is where we stop. I said that it is impossible for you to be wealthy without the ownership of what? Income generating assets. Okay, write it down. Very, very important. The difference between those who buy food and those who own the farm. The difference between those who buy food and those who own the farm. Underline the word food, underline the word farm. The difference between those who buy the food they produce from the farm and those who own the farm is what determines whether you'll be wealthy or not. So you're part of those that buy the food, you are receiving, you are consuming. It's difficult to own assets. It's difficult to become wealthy. But the part of those that says I own the farm and produce the food, they're producers. That means you're actually going to be wealthy. The chance is there. The difference between those who buy the food and those who own the farm is what determines whether you'll be wealthy or not. Number two, the difference between those who produce and those who consume. The producers and the consumers. The difference between the producers and the consumers determine whether you'll be wealthy or not. The difference between producers and the consumers will determine whether you become wealthy or not. The difference between the producers and the consumers is what determines whether you'll be wealthy or not. So you choose to either be the producer or the consumers. If I should write it like this on my board, let me just summarize it like this. But you can write the way you're writing. It's still okay. You put it here. You put the wealthy people, and the people that are broke and poor, the poor people around you that always struggle financially. These ones now, they own the farmlands. This one now, they always source for food. This one now, they produce, that the producers. And this one now, that the buyers, the consumers, always consuming, never to do anything. This one now, they are the sellers. They sell something. These are the ones, the buyers. They buy something. They own the businesses here. They own the business one. They're looking for job. These ones now, they're looking forward to become significant. They don't want to be significant. This one, they just want to be success. That's it. So the difference between the wealthy and the poor is because of our values. What we value is they value job. We value business. They value employment. What we value to own the enterprise. So difference is because of our mindset. The same capacity, same energy that you use and get a job, same energy to start the business. The same energy you consume. So one value one value less. That's the problem. One is positive, one is negative. One is optimistic, one is pessimistic. One always seeing himself becoming so. One seeing everything not working for him. So difference is not about the 24 hours. It's not about the sun and the weather. It's not about the moon and the stars. It's not about the rain and the rest. This is that is their perception. How they get it from the environment they grow up from, who they were watching, who they were modeling, verbal programming, specific incidents. That's what defines everything. So exposing your mind constantly to wealth, to knowledge, to light, to opportunities, to abundance, to positive talk that uplift and inspire them. Why some always expose themselves to their mind to things that bring them down, make them depressed, make them complain, make them murmur, blame every society and blame everybody around them. So the difference is always in the producers and the consumers, the food and the farms. And the difference right now one now, the difference between the buyers and the sellers is what determines whether you be wealthy or not. The difference is between buyers and the sellers is what determines whether you wealthy or not. One enjoys to sell, one enjoys just to consume. And the funny thing about it is that if you are going to sell your time, you are going to sell your time for salary. That is called job, tenor job. Definitely. And that job, you are selling it to one man, tenor one man, either one man or one institution. So with that one man, will pay you salary. While an entrepreneur will produce product or service and sell it to many people. So he sells to one man, the while entrepreneur sells to many people, you sell a product and sell to many people. So many people are paying us while one man is paying. And once they get that money from that one man, the next thing is to consume. Consume the money by paying everybody. That's the challenge. The challenge is not about you are working for salary. The challenge is that as you collect the salary, you first and foremost pay you buy shoe, you buy clothes, you buy bread, you pay everybody, pay all the rich men. You charge DSTV, subscribe DSTV, you charge your data. Every rich man collect a piece of the money. You buy fuel, the rich man collects his own. You buy airtime, the rich man collects his own. Everything that rich man produce, you consume the money with it. You buy bread from the guy that owns the bakery. You buy everything. So you end up paying everything and they don't pay themselves. But if you have financial literacy, you are financially intelligent, as a salary earner, as got the money, first thing you do is to pay yourself first. Once you pay yourself first, that means the knowledge of that alone, you use that money for paying yourself first, save it for some time, use it to buy income generating assets. Once you own this asset, then the money start working for you, can resign, you can sack your boss. But the truth of the matter is that nobody will pay you salary to become rich and wealthy. I keep saying the salary we're being paid to manage your property. We never had people that we pay salary to them to become wealthy like us. No. I have people I pay on my payroll, about 15 of them every month. I don't pay on them to become rich and wealthy like me. And I make sure I will never pay you more than 10% of what you are producing. That means for you to pay you 100,000 naira every month, your brain can produce 1 million naira. So now 1 million naira. I cannot pay you more than 10%. In fact, if your brain is not producing 1 million naira to me, I will give you query. I'll just query you. And you, after answering the query, I will give you suspension. From there, you go to your father's house. I don't need brain that are not useful. So I need a brain that is useful. That brain must give me results. You know, results. From the result when you give me, I come pinch small, just pinch small and give you. Say thank you, sir. Since the thing is that nobody wants to employ liability. We want to employ assets, people that give us money, that work for us and make our life easier. So we can use our brain to think. So no. Look at all of our rich and wealthy. We have people that we are employing. We always employ. Our mindset that people must work for us. That's the mindset. See, this is a man's world. Say no, this is a man's world.
It's a woman's world.
This is a look. Allow me rest for this class. In a man's world, there must be kings and slaves. Okay, there must be queen and slaves. Women don't allow me rest now. They don't allow me rest. So you decide to become the king or the queen, or just become the slave. The choice is yours. So don't blame anybody for the decision you took. The decision you took that make you wait before you find. So if you like to own a farm, is your choice. And that farm doesn't mean that you have the farm now. It's not from your mindset. You need to use your mind to create, visualize, turn off visualize. Use your mouth and begin to affirm, turn on affirm. Use your mouth and declare, turn on declare. And start preparing, turn on prepare. Read every book of a man that owns a farm. Read every book of a man that owns an enterprise. Read 5 books on the subject matter. As you're reading the universe, the energy you generate, begin to attract those things, because the brain is a transmitting and receiving signal. From the way we read from The Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, the way you constantly think, your brain actually attracts those things to you, because your mind is consumed by ownership. Ownership. So you can create a domain. You can create something, because legacy is who you have become in life, the lives you have touched, people you have impacted, people you have influenced, and the contribution you make to this world, and that you will not be remembered. So legacy is going to be enjoyed by generation. It's not generations. This is someone's legacy. This is someone's legacy. Your shoe is someone's legacy. The clothes you're wearing is someone's legacy. The bulbs, everything was once an idea in a man of entrepreneur. But the man believed it so much that he started taking action towards it and begin to manifest in his life. So money will always move from the poor to the rich. I call it these are consumers, these are producers. Money will always move from consumers to producers. I'm supposed to move this one to that side. I'm supposed to move this table to that side. So money will move from consumers to producers. I said I don't move the table, but I just don't know why I wrote it this way. So we're supposed to bring poor people, come this left side, bring rich, come the right hand side. Money will move from them to that side. So anyway, so cash is liquid, and cash was meant to flow in one direction, from the buyers to the sellers, from the consumers to the producers. You know, if you go to restaurants, just stay. Just give yourself 3 minutes. You see where money is moving from consumers to what? The producers of the food they are consuming. Go to supermarket. Just stand for 5 minutes. You see money is moving from the guy that owns the market, from the people that are buying to the guy that owns. So transaction always, money always flows. Enter keke. Very soon you see how people are coming down, give the man money. So money is living somebody to somebody. Yes or yes? Money only has meaning and relevance when it's moving. That's why money is called cash flow. Money is called liquid. Without money moving, it doesn't have any value. So job makes you move money from one employer to employee. Why business moves money from the marketplace, from more people, from the buyers to the entrepreneurs. So become entrepreneur might be rough, it might be challenging at the initial state, but over the time, if you keep spending time in the camp of entrepreneurs, you begin to get the energy to control your asset. Write it down, very important. Controlling the asset was the only way to wealth. Controlling asset was the only way to wealth. Controlling asset. Controlling asset was and still is the only way to wealth. Controlling income generating assets was and is still the only way to wealth. Controlling income generating assets was the only way to wealth. So in the past, let me write it like this. In the past, okay, you either one, inherit those assets. Don't worry, we are repeating again. Inherited those assets. Those assets is in the past, you either inherited those assets. Number two, won those assets in war. Won those assets in war. Number three, in the past, you either inherited those assets from your parents, but as inheritance is what you receive, okay? Won those assets from in war, or bought those assets. Bought those assets. Number four, we are given those assets. Either you are given those, we are given those assets. The way they gave to Solomon, because he gave them training, he taught them and charged them. So in the past, I'll show you how it happened today. It's going to be similar thing, but much more different, much better when I come to the new age, new opportunity. I find it's far more easier in today's world to become rich and wealthy. It's far more easier to manifest wealth. In fact, we have been saying over the time that it's very, very difficult for somebody to be poor. It's very difficult for somebody to not to have money. That is, for somebody to not to have money, somebody not to have assets, not to experience poverty. And if the person has broken financial principle long enough that poverty no get choice than to manifest it. It's easier to succeed today than everything. So, you know, it's easier to succeed.
It's easier to succeed
than to fail. It's far, far easier. So don't to fail. See, failure is not that things don't work out the way you want. Failure is that you're quitting. Because quitters never win, winners never quit. The word fail means first attempt and try again. So the only people that people call failure is that they quit, they don't want to try again. So but I made on the mind, I will never look for, I will not be entrepreneur again. All I want is just job. You know, a very funny story. Let me just continue. I will say it later. Let me just make sure I've covered a lot of things today. So the thing is this: in the past, it's either you inherit those assets, maybe that become wealthy, or number two, you won those assets in war. Number three, you bought those assets. Number four, those assets were given those assets that were given to you. So let's go to the 40. So begin to look at so many things today. The 40, that's outline number three. Outline number three, the 40s. So I will have to clean number one and number two so I can write. So I have to clean number one and number two for some of these things I wrote on the board here. So the 40s that saves you from financial pains. So from financial pains. I would like to keep my financial pains here. From financial pains. So a lot of pains. So write it, that is very important. In every economic age, that's a 40. In every economic age, there were four income generating assets as follows. There were four income generating assets as follows. Number one, territory. So territory, that means you own a land for cultivation and you explore, could be explored for income. Lands could be explore for income by farming, cultivating, putting crops, etc. So there were lands that is territory. You must own a territory. You must own some piece of the earth That is one of the ways you can be wealthy. You can use for putting animals, you can plant your crops and vegetables. So in every economic age, those there were four income generating assets as follows. Number one, you must own a territory. Number two, you must own tools. You must own tools. You must own things that men are needed. So those times they were fishing, they need the boats. Those times they're fishing, they need tools. They need those about farming. They need knives. They need cutlass. They need hoes. They need things to work. So if you own our tools for hiring, you can actually get money. So people that own tools were actually wealthy people. I will show you the 40s and I will show you what happened today when I come to new age. Okay, number three, you must own tensions. That means tensions like trade. You must know how to trade. That means the law of demand and supply, demand and supply, demand and supply. So if people that time they need food, so they less particular food in the market like grains, like corns, like rice, like beans. The less the income, the supply, the more the demand, the more you make money. So you must learn how to understand tension. When the market is tense, you jump into that particular, or you plan and know the time and season, the patterns. So you must know how to trade. So people that did not own the asset were the men that stand in the middle between those that own the asset and those that need the asset. Though they were in the middle. So they own that part of the market. Like you see the thing that if you cannot own the factory, own the label, you cannot own the label, own the content, you cannot own something. Okay, you cannot own the license. Own the license that people need to get before they start trading. You cannot own license. At least own the knowledge that people need to run that business. Own something. Put a name, put a community. You cannot own the people, own the label, cannot own the content, own the container. Okay, like for example, in producing pure water today or bottled water, if you are not own the factory that print the water, you can actually become a printer, a printing press that will print the labels that will be on the bottled water. Agree with me? Yes or yes? You cannot own the labels, and you can own those containers are produced by different companies, most likely. Even the cup, the container, the cover. You cannot own that one. At least government has owned a piece of the market. That for you to trade in our society, you need to have that number on it. Yes or yes? They own the CAC, the Corporate Affairs Committee. They must register a company. They must pass through process of NAFDAC qualification. So government own a piece of government don't own the factory. They don't own the machines, most likely. They don't own the producing firm, but they own something that will give you license to trade in the market. Yes or yes?
Yes.
And they hold the boat. So after getting NAFDAC number, government now own what they call residual income. So that every time you trade on that market, they keep collecting tax. They're not tax.
Yes.
They don't have their own things. So you cannot own the aircraft. Own license that we need to fly. You cannot own institution that train people how to fly the aircraft. Own things that own people that run things. So this is where the trade tension come from. The number four, you need technicians. You need technicians. Technicians. So uh you need technicians. That means you can own the institutions. You can own the training program that actually qualify people that will actually operate the machines, because the machines were invented. You need people because no entrepreneur will do everything alone. The guy that have a bakery will need people that will operate the machines for the bakery, the ovens. Yes or yes?
Yes.
You need technicians. The guy that will start the gen, switch the gen from the electricity, from the utility bills, electricity to the generator, to change it over, that will buy the diesel, come back, run around, the technicians. So own something that can train people that can do that. Okay, for us in the business community, we own a system to only train millionaires. So we only want people that want to be the own company industry, so we are only talking to them. So that's what we own. So you want to become better, own an establishment, own an enterprise, own organization, come to us. We give you the information and move you to where we normally think in a certain frequency. We use the books that we have been reading, that we are consuming, that make us act the way we act, behave the way we behave, and that change our beliefs, because beliefs controls behavior. Tell us beliefs. Controls behavior. So there's a way, the belief system we have, there's a way we think that make us behave the way we behave. So we want to show you that if I can change this thing, this one is already moving. So there's a way we do that makes money attract to us, that qualify people in our space. So we own that belief system. It's not a belief system. By giving you so much quality information that will start making you feel good, that you can start touch yourself in the public and say, I'm a millionaire. Touch yourself, I'm a millionaire. Touch yourself, I'm a millionaire creator. Touch yourself, I'm a success. Touch yourself, say I'm a significant. it begins to make you. So some people that come to us for the first time, they start being uncomfortable. Hey, we're just a millionaire. After 2 weeks, they start getting the guy accept it. You know, I understand. So the thing is this. Okay, let me get some things for you to write. Write it down. Without these four T's, it is very difficult to be wealthy in the past. Without these four T's, it is very difficult to be wealthy in the past. Okay. Okay. Without these four T's, without territory, tools, tension, and owning technicians, it's very difficult to be wealthy in the past. Let me now move from the past to the present. So let me do something very interesting right now. Let me move from the past to the present. Let's gradually take the walk from where we are and where we ought to be. So we have to put a subtopic like this. The dawn. The dawn. This is WAN. The dawn of a new age. Of a new age. Okay? So we're at the dawn of a new age in which the old is at war with the new. So how did it start? It started from the agricultural age. The dawn of new age, number one, the agricultural age. The agricultural age. So in this age, food was the dominant need in society. In this age, food was the dominant need in the society. In this age, food was the dominant need in the society. Full stop. And it was farm on lands and sea. It was farm from lands and seas. From lands and sea. So you want to become wealthy, you have to own something that gives you. So I don't want to give so much notice because we have so much. So let's move to the next age call. I want to move from the next age to where we are so you understand the particular need of every society. So this is called the industrial age. The number two, the industrial age. The industrial age. So you have to write this one. Like I don't need to clean the first one. In industrial age, there was a mass production of steel. There was a mass production of steel, railway. In the industrial age, there was a mass production of steel, railway, and factories. In this age, there was a mass production of steel. There was a mass production of steel, steel, railways, and factories. So many factories. So many factories were invented. Oil and gas, telecommunication factories. So many industries were emerging in this age. Full stop. So there was something different. I wish I could clean this. Yes, let me clean it. Let me so we can write. I want us to write. Don't worry. I want us to write. Don't worry. I want us to write so that you understand. In the industrial age, there was a mass production of steel, railways, and factories. Full stop. The factory school system mass produced component labor. The factory school system mass produced competent laborers. Let me put it, competent laborers to work and manage. Companies that work and manage the industries. So this age, there was a need for people to work in this age. To reach a wealthy, you need to hire more slaves. So you need to buy more slaves. That was the era of slave trade. So in this age, there was an abolition of slave trade. Why did they abolish the slave trade? Well, not because it was morally okay for the entrepreneurs, but because those slave trades were not competent enough. They were not skillful enough. They were not competent to manage the machine. So we needed a new type of slaves. So that was why we created the school system to mass produce certain people for us to manage our machines and works in our factories. So the slaves that work in the farm, that job that slaves will do, 10 slaves will do for 1 hour, that machine, we can create a tractor that can do it in 30 minutes. So we don't need them again. We needed one of them that will manage the machine. That's what we needed. So we needed them to live They just start going to school to work for us. That was the all the essence. So the school is not bad. The school is doing what they was created to do. It's very perfect. They create people that work in their factories, but that is why you need to understand. After you finish schooling, give yourself education. Use that knowledge to create something for yourself. Because if you don't understand the purpose why school was created, you go back and come back and start going to that same people that actually want to enslave your father, enslave you, and you go and still enslave yourself willingly. But now you can now, after they must have finished with you, you use your hand now and get a plain sheet and write, I humbly apply to be buyers wholesale for 35 years. Retail me every month. Be paying me salary every month. That is what this thing actually does. Because we needed men to operate our factories for us, machine. So the slave trade was abolished. Factory system was a mass production of a new wage slave. They were new slaves to salary. So that was what we wanted. So something happened. We moved to the new stage, which is where I'm going to today. The digital age. The digital age. The digital age. So people don't even know that we have left this age, that we have left this one to here. And this age, something crazy is happening right now. There are new types of slaves that we want. And those slaves now, the slaves that they will carry at their hand, they will not even need to apply. They don't need to apply. They just kind of hand and become slaves to Facebook, social media. That is called, it's called the cell phone. Turn on cell phone. Now sell now, sell. You sell, you put yourself for sale. You carry yourself, put yourself for inside cell, lock the door. Now you don't need anybody in the cell. This cell, whether you know it or not, you gradually enter yourself, put for the cell. So there's something we must do. That's why I'm teaching you this thing now. We must turn the clock to favor us. Say I'm in charge.
I'm in charge.
Man. No, men that understood the industrial age, that they just stand and say, I just going to school for salary. Let me own an industry. Let me own a company. Let me own a business. Then they were the men that actually make the money. But people that says they just mumutiously, they follow blindly, they enter the matter. I say, me, I don't finish school. Look for a job for 5 years. I finished university and my youth is 24 years old. I've looked for a job from 24 years to 29. I don't even know what happened for my life. The darkest part, I don't even know what happened, what not happened. I just realized I'm 29 years old, no job, no nothing. One day I tell myself, as a graduate, I've been going for job interviews, submitting CV up and down. I've gone for job interview in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, where I've not gone. Even in Zombe, Adas Petroleum in Zombe, I've gone to Zombe, Imo State. I wrote interview, came back. I don't know, my own thing just, I don't even know what happened. I've gone to written exams in Shell, I've gone to research in Chevron, I've gone everywhere, nothing come out. So when I tell myself, they come up on camp, that's it. All those companies, they were not owned by two men that with two heads. Maybe two women born them. So they ask myself that question, like, I say, okay, I know we'll look for work again. I pack my certificate under the mattress. Forget about this job thing. I begin to find a way, begin to read about it. Everything about me change. Now me now they pay person salary. If before now they find people to pay me salary, they pray, they fast, God, I need a job. In fact, if I tell you what I've done, doing my NYC just to get federal government job, they told me if I'm a best core member, that will become, they will give me automatic job employment with the federal government. Me, I went to, because I was teaching physics and geography, SS1 to SS3. And then when I was teaching, students would jump from the window because there was no burglary proof. So I went to meet my principal. I don't enjoy teaching students, and I've seen opportunity. They say if I do personal CDS project, that will be recognized by the state government, the NYC state coordinator, and my name is submitted to national for me to be recommended for a job. I want to take it as a project. So I'll meet the PTA chairman, I meet the village, all the other in Oka that time, in that Umuayom, Umuaramma, I didn't go to that school. So I meet all the other, that is all the king's men, all the other, all the Uchendu, all the Obefi, I met all of them. I wrote later through the PTA chairman that I want them to bring money. I don't need their money, they should give me material, cement, sand, through the PTA chairman that will fence the school, put burglary proof, we'll plant trees, we'll give them change some black marker board, put them white marker board. The PTA chairman carry me. Now the man carry me all the other. I don't dress with my 7/7. Knock my NYC khaki very well. Knock my cap, knock my boots, carry my file, wrote on the they do it to know who gave me all the kings in the village, all the men in the village. So I will have access to them. I wrote later, printed it. I'll use my Alawi. Waka, before we finish Waka, money don't they come. They know they give us cement, give us sand. Before no, me and Peter, we don't finish. We go to the school. You see where they put this project is recommended by fund the board. The next thing dedicated today. I took the picture, copy everything to my zero connector. In fact, as we do everything, I mean my zonal coordinator, state coordinator, we wrote everything. Project started before I finish use service. We don't put white marker board, put dustbin, plant trees. I planted 500 trees, but the students for evening when they want, they go uproot the tree, uproot and keep. It was me and they flock them. They do burglary proof. All the one I want to physics and geography. I don't think I don't flock to them. So they do small courses for school. They got to go plan me. Say when I want part that copper, they go stole me shit. They go stole me tone. Now so one of them can't tell me. Yeah, they follow cut away. They don't cut away. They go my ass. There is one cut away. They follow him money. I don't like this place. So the more I know they so let me start the fear. I know the fear. Because I know what trouble. More I know they apologize. Just they apologize. Don't they say I the fear. But fear they catch me. So I go meet PTHM and meet principal. Make I please the school. I don't go buy 40 leave. They say one of our coppers, you want them to give 40 to some student in the school. They go call me, I come they call some students. Those people where I don't give me the small courses, not they give them the notes. They got the clap for them. And this person say, we are friends now, we are friends now. So what am I trying to say? When I did the usages now, they call me, but no job finally. They tell me one story. That's how say connect. I have to say I don't worry them time. I don't really work out. I don't really work out on time. I don't worry their lifestyle. They come say, okay, since you don't want to go, your mate don't go. I don't. I say, I must give me job, bro. And I must give me job. I go rent house for Unizik Junction, close to Pactonia Hotel. I go they say they disturb, so they come say, okay, join us on orientation camp. Become ad hoc staff. They give me small money, man. They help them the intercamp. They go teach copper. We wow, mora high. I go jump, vibrate. But nothing come out. So I don't know my head. So people use my head. So I got to say, these people they don't tell us for school, no. They don't tell us we go use that knowledge, create business. They're not business. Then I start to interview, my life change. My prayer point change. Everything about my life do change. So the new age, something we engage. It was I know I've solved that problem. Thank you. We engage and explore the world digitally through social media. We engage and explore the world digitally through social media, apps and applications. We engage and explore the world digitally through social media, apps and applications. Apps and applications. Through social media, social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, name them. And there's a new chat GPT, AI, and Bitcoin, new digital currencies. So what happened is that there's a new set of millionaires who is going to emerge. That is where we'll be discussing tomorrow, since my time is fast spent today. So tomorrow when I come, we'll talk about the danger of the new age. When I talk about the danger, I will now discuss the formula for failure in the new age. I will now discuss how to actually create your own assets, assets in the new age. So by the time I finish the training tomorrow, you now awaken to the awareness of the possibilities of becoming a millionaire in the 21st century, or becoming a millionaire in the new age. And if you are still dwindling and doubting and arguing and be telling yourself, I'll go back and start today, mean that in fact computers now create farms. The AI just do the farming. They plant trees in pipes now. You can plant trees. Past that age, now technology don't take over that place. Today, factories are still giving money, but you need more capital here. Why this one you need little or no capital, and everybody have the equal and a playing ground to succeed in this digital age. So I will just leave it like that till tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll tie up all the knots, put all the pillars together, put the roofing, and make sure you have a soft landing tomorrow. So now you are aware with the information and knowledge. You still taking action towards the positive direction. You see that everything will start falling in place. You no longer, even when you have not made the kind of money you want to make, you have not created the kind of wealth you want to make, but there's something that will just happen. It's like a light that will give you peace of mind that surpass all understanding, because of the revelation of the awareness of the information will be shared tomorrow. Say not tomorrow. My time is fast spent. So online communities, don't get involved in a business without a mentor. Mentorship is the legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentor will see far. See you at the top. See you tomorrow. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye. That is the best you can take today. Thank you so much.